What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we're here for another Manchester City transfer update, giving you all the latest ins and outs with the latest news with Manchester City. So if you're enjoying the content, make sure you press that red button to help support my channel, to subscribe, and also put your press the bell, put your push notifications on to be notified immediately when I do upload. Now, I had an aim, 5,500 subscribers by the end of January. We smashed past that. Thank you everyone so much for the continued support. It's much appreciated by me. Let's aim for 6,000, try and get there ASAP. Obviously I'm not going to get there by the end of January, which would be nice if I did, but I won't. But any help towards that would be much appreciated. I love it. Fantastic. But you can also find my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in the description below, and also popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you so wish. You can find my email also in the description below if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Very important. Always interested in different footballing opinions, so I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. So we're going to crack on with the ins first, and it comes in the form of a player that Manchester City were linked with in the summer, Sandro Tonali. Now, he plays for Brescia over in Italy. He's a 19-year-old midfielder. Apparently, not just Manchester City, according to Sky Italia, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, and also Inter Milan are interested in his signature. Now, it seems to me a little bit coincidental that Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City, two of the teams that's got a lot of money to be able to spend, are being linked. It's a way for Brescia to be able to demand more money, and I feel like it's more of a realistic transfer that should... I could even add Juventus into that, really, but I feel like it's more of a realistic transfer for Juventus and also for Inter Milan. So I'm not too sure how much truth there is in the report. It's coming from reliable sources at Sky Italia, but I feel like City and PSG's name's just a bit random, and I find it a bit coincidental, and to be honest, I feel like it's just there to boost the price. But I'll keep an eye on it anyway, but I feel like more likely he will go to Juventus or Inter Milan should he have the potential that is being mentioned. Now we're going to move on to another player that I've mentioned in a previous video just last week. Comes in the form of Renzo Orihuela. Now he plays for Nacional over in Uruguay. He's an 18-year-old defender. The update is that he's wanted by the City Football Group, the CFG, rather than Manchester City alone. Now the deal is that it's going to be based on appearances, so I imagine he'll be signing for Manchester City's the team that's in the City Football Group over in South America is what I imagine would be the plan. And apparently, if he does ever head over to Europe at any one point, then there'll be a fee to pay, which will go to Nacional, I presume, which is based on bonuses, which would be €1 million should he sign for Girona. And if he was to sign for Manchester City, 5 times the amount for appearance fees in €5 million. Not too sure why Manchester City's got to pay 5 times the amount as what Girona have, but there we are, something to entice Nacional into the deal. And apparently that's been reported by sources over in Uruguay of that deal being quite close. Now we're going to move on to the out. Very interesting, this one, in the form of the future of David Silva and also Sergio Aguero combined. Now apparently both these players are a target for Inter Miami, the new club franchise over in the United States of America as part of the MLS. Now David Beckham, I'm not sure if he's the owner or whether he's just like a benefactor, a person that's funding the club or not. I'm not too sure what the position is. But apparently this new franchise club, Inter Miami, want to bring in David Silva. I'd say that's quite a realistic transfer, if I'm completely honest, because he's got 6 months left, or less than, on his contract at Manchester City. We know that he won't be signing a new contract, and David Silva will more than likely be free to leave Manchester City. So his future could well lie in the United States of America. I've been calling heavily for New York City to be mentioned, and finally, sources over in the United States have been reporting that New York City FC, part of the City Football Group, are now interested in bringing David Silva over to the United States of America too, to keep him as part of the group. I feel like the whole City group and everything owe David Silva some loyalty back for what he's shown to the club, because he's never played up. He's always done his job. He's done a fantastic job for Manchester City. He's been here for years and years and years. I feel like we owe him that, if I'm completely honest. And I feel like Sergio Aguero, if not more, has the privileges that David Silva has too for what he's done for the club. He's got 18 months left on his deal. His contract expires in the summer of 2021. Now, apparently Sergio Aguero is also a target for Inter Miami and apparently New York City Football Club too. But Sergio Aguero has, the good news, expressed an interest in signing a new contract at Manchester City. He's in red-hot form at this moment in time, and I imagine now would be a good time for him to put in some contract demands to see if he can get a contract extension. 18 18 months left of Sergio Aguero. The thought of that makes me extremely sad. Makes me extremely sad that there's less than 6 months left of David Silva. These are players that I'd like to see, if I'm honest, end their career at Manchester City and then go into some kind of role for the club, because I feel like they've shown tremendous dedication and loyalty to the club, and I feel like we owe the players that, if I'm completely honest. I would love to know your thoughts of these transfers in the comments below, though. Now, we've got an update on Ian Poveda. Now, apparently he's wanting some thinking time. He's rejected a new contract at Manchester City. Sources in Italy are saying that Ian Poveda is very keen on Turin and heading to Torino. He's had a look around Turin. Apparently he's really happy with the city, thinks it's a fantastic, really nice city, but he's delayed giving an answer, and apparently we're going to get an answer within the next 24 to 48 hours. So I thought that he was going to be set to sign for Torino, but no. The Daily Mail have been reporting that actually he's closing in on signing for Leeds United. Now, we know that Leeds United are looking for a permanent transfer for Poveda, so that could well come this month. Poveda's got 6 months left on his deal. He's more than happy to go to abroad and go to Torino or go to Parma, to a couple of clubs that's been linked. Train with the squad, then sign in the summer if they're not willing to pay for him permanently. I can't imagine Man City are asking for much of a fee, if any fee, really. Man City will just, with Poveda not staying at Manchester City, just kind of get him off the wage bill and, yeah, save a little bit of cash, albeit not a lot of money to the club, but still. It helps, it's always useful, and it also helps the future for Ian Poveda too, because he's a young player at Manchester City, he's an academy player, and obviously we want the best for our academy players, or I do anyway, so I always keep an eye on their developments and how they're doing. So yeah, Ian Poveda looks like by the end of the weekend could have found himself a new football club. Now, leads us nicely that really onto another story in the Out. It comes in the form of another Manchester City young player, Matt Smith. Not had to report on him since the last transfer update that we did way back in the summer with Matt Smith, because he went out on loan to Queen's Park Rangers. Now, the season before, he spent out on loan at FC20, had a really good loan spell there, plays in midfield, solid midfielder, really good player. I was more than happy for him to do a pre-season at Manchester City to see what he's capable of, because his loan spell over in the Eredivisie over in the Netherlands was that impressive. But he got himself a loan move to the Championship with Queen's Park Rangers, and he's not played too many minutes for there, so Manchester City now are thinking about recalling him from his loan, just like they're considering doing the same with Aro Muric over in Nottingham Forest, both for the same reason. It's due to lack of minutes, and then loaning them possibly out to elsewhere. And it has been reported down in London, these are sources close to Queen's Park Rangers, saying that Sunderland and Ipswich have both having a look to see if they can take Matt Smith on a season-long loan, so he'd be recalled then loaned back out. To me, I think that a League One move for him would actually be a really good move. And I say that because Sunderland and Ipswich are both having some good seasons. There's a good chance that either or both clubs could well get promoted, that if he picks the right club, he could well end up getting himself another season-long loan next season at the same club. If he gets plenty of minutes in League One, if he impresses, then he can obviously have a full season on loan where he'll obviously get minutes because he's already a first-team regular for the club in the Championship, which is obviously what we're looking for. We're obviously looking for him to improve. I'm not too sure what his level is really. Like, you have one bad loan move. This is the problem with the loan market. One bad loan move and all of a sudden you're then struggling. Even though you've had a very good loan spell the previous one, you have one bad one, and then all of a sudden it comes confidence and it knocks you and it takes you a while to get into your stride. Like if Matt Smith headed to Ipswich or Sunderland, it'd take him maybe a few weeks to get into his stride. A few weeks time takes us to like 3 months left of the season. So, and you've got to be patient with these young players. So it's always easier in the summer than what it is really in the winter, but we'll have to see, keeping an eye on all of them developments. So there we go, that has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below too, for your opinions on these transfers, in particular the David Silva and Sergio Aguero both being linked with moves to the United States of America. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Been a bit of a slow couple of days with the transfers, hoping things will start to warm up a little bit, but with Aymeric Laporte coming back, I'm not too sure if we're going to be doing too much business, but I'll keep my eyes peeled and keep you all up to date as always and as promised. So make sure you subscribe with the red button pressed. That'll keep you subscribed, and make sure you press that red button, press the bell, put your push notifications on to be notified immediately when I do upload. Social media links you can find in the description below and popping up on screen. My email also in the description below if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.